What's up, guys? Welcome back. Right as I was ending the last video, the Spirit Talker said yes and call out. So I don't know if that was for Kevin, but apparently that was the end of that video. And here we go with the next one. So this is going to be. I took about 8 hours today to talk about my spiritual path, and it kind of touches a little bit more in a structured approach um, than what I just did. And what I want to do is I'm going to go through it with you guys. And then this video, I'm also going to link. So for my videos, I'm going to try and link the source document for where everything comes from. If it's a book that I'm talking about, a spiritual book, whatever it is, some philosophical discussion that I watched on video and I took notes when I was listening to it of things to touch on. It's just gonna be kind of like my notes of I want to leave behind for my kid someday so he can explore faith his own way and not be told to just believe in the
I was
dogma.
so sick.
I'm sorry you were sick. To believe in the dogma that people say, just believe. You just have to have faith. And it's like, yes, you do have to have faith at a certain point. You get down the path far enough and you do have to have
Shooting.
an aspect of faith. But as above, so below. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up that piece. And then what happened today when I was doing it, this is the first time that I've ever really done this, but I downloaded the Spirit Talker app probably about 3 days ago, and I'm like, whatever, magnetism, maybe it does something, maybe it's nothing. It's been interesting for some of the stuff I had. Um, the first night that I fell asleep, my birthday and my name was in the Spirit Talker when I woke up, just running it overnight just to see what would happen. So
Be fearful.
I know, be fearful. Yes, you guys should not do the same thing that I'm doing. This is not an encouragement to experiment in the same way that I have experimented. Experience that I had after the mushrooms kind of prepared me to,
There's bad energy.
yeah, deal with the bad energy. To deal with the bad energy. And what happens is if you aren't steadfast with where you stand with God, you should never attempt to do this. Don't do what I'm doing and dive into it and then let the Spirit Talker thing like drive the conversation for you and you thinking that it's like this is what it's meant to be. I don't view this that way and I don't think I ever will view it that way. I think the Spirit Talker is something that I let it run kind of in the same way that I use music, where music has an energetic pattern to it. It hits your subconscious. So you can feel music that's like a high vibration music that pumps you up, gets you excited, gets you go, gets the people going. The music that really it, I don't know, it just touches you where your body wants to move. And that same subconscious is what your intuition is accessing when something comes in. You say, is that thing true? Is that thing false? Because with anything, without using this kind of Spirit Talker app and talking to spirit, you use your intuition and your internal kind of auditory voice
The little
of
boy
like
likes you.
of what you're feeling. Well, I like the little boy too. I hope my faith is young enough
Senses.
is young enough that even he could learn something from me. tears aren't my tears, by the way. Boy just went to heaven. Send your love. Wash over like the spot in the kingdom. Amen. Selah. As above, so below. And this is the other half that comes with it. Everyone thinks everyone thinks you would want to feel this all the time.
The bench.
And in a way, you want me to go to the bench in the back? Wanted me to go out there earlier. Wait, it's a blessing. I've been struggling for a long time to figure out, like, how do you even tell people? Well, sorry. I knew it was going to be a tough
War.
one. So, when I cry, my angels go to war. So, and God, if he needs to. But he usually likes to let his creation sort things out if it can. Oh, I worry a lot about the false teacher stuff. And I worry if I show you guys.
Windy.
If I show you guys, it's not windy. There's no wind in it. Are you saying I'm windy because I'm crying? That could be.
Like.
Of course you do. Don't cry again, okay? You just cried. Get it together. I don't want any of you guys go down the dark side of the path any farther than what God has called you to. No, God will never ask you to take your own life. No, God will never ask you to take the life of someone else. Just know that already. If things like that need to be done, that's something that you should let higher powers decide. Do not judge lest you be judged, and you will be judged by the yardstick you use to judge others. It's definitely biblical as well. People need to just accept.
Fish.
Yes, That's exactly what I'm thinking, Spirit. Except that other people have a different way of believing, whether it's Muslims or Christians or Hindus or Buddhists or
left,
who's left? Jewish people, they're left. Any Gnostics, any pantheistic beliefs, you have Norse, they're Greek gods, you have the Egyptian gods. All those different pieces are a part of spirit and the story of spirit, the archetypical stories that spirit holds. And something may people may have given elemental forces bodies and animal characteristics and things of what they saw around them. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what those things actually are and
I'm
how they
very
look.
friendly.
Are you very friendly? You're just a little Casper the Friendly Ghost? I'm very friendly, or there's bad spirits here. That's the two that's the two the two sides we get. We don't get anything really in between. Nothing really in between on the Spirit Talker so far. I hope you guys enjoy the Spirit Talker stuff, the timestamps. I think if you do, like if you feel like when you listen to music, there are things you can relate to, and like if you're reading and listening to music at the same time, like you find
Scottish,
coincidences between what you're reading and what you're hearing, and kind of like an overlapping of how they're related, you could try it and see, but I definitely would not go to like graveyards or anything like that. Or get really into the occult. You don't have to dive into the shadow to deal with the shadow. You'll have enough of shadow in your own shadow that you don't need to even search out more of it. So please, for the love of God, if you want to mess around with spirit, do it, but orient yourself underneath God so that your archangels and God can keep you protected while you use your intuition and discernment to not fall into the pitfalls that the shadow brings. As you, Jordan say, tap dance more with the shadow. I'm going to wrap it up there, unless Spirit has anything else left to say. And then we might just try resetting the tracker and making one more video and just kind of going through the actual information that I had prepared earlier today that took me about 8 hours to put together. Might try and do a screen capture type thing. So instead of having the Spirit Talker on there, it'll be part of it, but it won't be the what you see now on the bottom. I'll probably put my monitor
I'm
up on
happy.
there. I'm happy too, Spirit. We finally started making these videos, and hopefully the consistency of it, if what I saw today continues, I think it will be a somewhat sign for people to believe that there is some sort of a spiritual intangible that does not make sense to a highly rational mind without faith. I think we'll leave it there. Thank you guys for checking in. It's 10:46 on June 30th. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. I'll start a new one here and see if there's anything. I'll probably do I'll do that video, and then I think we're gonna dive into the tarot psychology, and I'll start kind of working on my notes, and then just run the spirit Talker while I'm building those notes and just see if it forms just like today, so you guys can see like video of kind of how it happened. I was kind of like, oh, I wish I kind of got this on video when I
I
was
can
doing
scare
it today.
you.
You can scare me. You can scare them. You might be able to scare them. From what I saw today, I believe a little bit more, I shall say, that Spirit Talker actually has some sort of a clairaudience that can be applied to it. Time will tell. This is scientific, and science is over time. It's not just one day and then that's what we believe. We need to be scientific about our faith. All right, guys. Have a good one. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Amen. Selah. As above, so below. Selah comes from Psalms. As above, so below. That's very old. And amen for good measure. Triple it down. There's something about threes in the Bible. I don't know. Have a great night, guys.